As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Kwangdong Freaks, the commander himself. It is KeeN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the best Zerg player in all of South Korea representing KranKy Gaming. It is Dark. Here we go. We had a ZvT earlier in the broadcast, you know, Mondo versus Gumiho, but that was a little bit more one-sided. Mondo more of an up-and-coming player against the veteran of Gumiho. Meanwhile, in this ZvT, both players are veterans. KeeN, he has a wealth of experience behind him. He's been around since Wings of Liberty, and he's been one of the top Korean Terrans for quite some time. Unfortunately, he peaked quite a number of years ago, and ever since then he's been more of a mid-tier Korean player, Korean Terran, but every now and then he pops up, and I'll always remember it was a couple of years ago. It was like 2016, around that era, to be fair. That was a long time ago, actually. Early Legacy of the Void, I remember KeeN popping up as having one of the best TVTs in Korea. Like, his TVT specifically was always on fire, could always go toe-to-toe with Maru, with TY, with Innovation. I guess it's been a while since then. I guess it has been. And we'll see if his skills can keep up. You know, it's one of those things where form is temporary, but class is permanent. And I want to be seeing a solid series between these two. Obviously, Dark is more in form. Obviously, Dark is, you know, best Zerg player in Korea. So KeeN is going to be having a bit of a challenge ahead of him. But on a good day, I want to believe that KeeN can take games, that KeeN can make a series out of this. Here we go. Of course, KeeN as well, famously featured in the GIF of the KeeN clap. You can't see me, but the KeeN clap is it's beautiful, Bobby. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Peak meme content for StarCraft. Oh, as we do see the Reaper slipping out across the map here, trying to be a little bit annoying, and can he? Oh, he gets a drone! Oh my god! KeeN with the Reaper control here catches Dark slipping a little bit. Even does grenade that Queen. Getting one drone at this stage of the game is pretty, it's very unlikely to happen. So already a great move here from KeeN, a nice little advantage to kick things off. Again, I'm sure Reaper control, just like Bjorn, I'm sure Reaper control to KeeN comes naturally, is something that he has been refining over more than 10 years at this point. It's crazy to think that these players have been competing for over 10 years, actually. My god, they've been competing and playing in StarCraft here for so long, and it's great to see them here once again. As KeeN just looking to be a little bit aggressive. Behind this, we do have a third CC before Starport opener, so very economic start here from KeeN. Nothing cheeky, nothing cheesy, nothing, you know, 2-base all in or anything like that. Playing pretty straight up. Oh, as that hatchery has sustained a lot of hits already from that Reaper. Losing quite a bit of HP. That will mean that this hatchery is vulnerable to a later push. Unlikely to actually get a kill in this hatchery, but you know, the option will be there for KeeN. It could be a possibility, I should say. Heaven's gonna rotate around. Meanwhile, Dark, ooh, actually going for a very early lair here. Dark wants to get this over sooner rather than later. Maybe a little bit upset about losing that first drone, as he has been saturating his bases. But again, this was like a 3-minute 50, 3-minute 40 lair, so very early on here. With this, we can do a multitude of things. We can go for a Queen Ling all-in, which Dark has done many times with a Nidus. We can go for some... I'm still feeling the Nidus. We haven't quite thrown down any additional gases. Aliens are poking the front door here. Ooh, looking to actually dive past his queens. Do we have any links to defend? Oh, we don't have any. We had an opportunity here to dive on in, but no, KeeN doesn't take it. Meanwhile, the lair is now done. We have a lot of queens. Show me the Nidus. Lings are being produced at an alarming rate, and there is that Nidus. This is one of Dark's signature moves quite often in a tournament. Not often in a series, but quite often in a tournament. In a ZvT, he will go for the Queen Ling all in. And KeeN is none the wiser. He hasn't seen the lair, he hasn't seen the Nidus, he hasn't seen any tech at all. He's in the dark. And that is what Dark is all about. Back at home, what kind of setup do we have to work with here? We have a Liberator Hellion opener. The Liberator is looking to deal some damage, slips into the natural, sees the lack of gas. That's a little bit sus. That is a bit of a tell. Couple of drones going to be going down, but the Queens do focus down at that Liberator. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, Hellion's going to be able to roast up these things headed towards that triangular third location. Dark is out of position. The boys have to be evacuated. Oh my god, and they're lining on up. 6 drones are going to be going down, but again, Dark, he doesn't care because he is all in. The Lings, the wall is not a wall. They're going to surround on the Marines here at the natural base. Already a devastating amount of damage, and KeeN, what does he even have left to defend? He's got 5 Marines. 5 Marines and 6 Hellions. The Hellions are across the map. The Viking is as well. The Queens are popping out, and I think it's just a numbers game. KeeN, he was just caught with his pants down. He had no idea about the all-in. Hellions are coming in from behind, but again, they only tickle Queens. Oh, we are missing transfuses, though. 1 Queen is going to be going down. Lings coming to reinforce. The Hellions are being cleaned up here outside the natural. We have another Nidus into the main, and the Queens, they just rotate from one base into the other. We've killed a lot of workers, but we need to do even more. There we go. The natural base is compromised. No mining whatsoever. The third as well. KeeN is knocked down to 1 base economy, and Dark is droning behind this. Again, KeeN, he was unable to scout the lair, he was unable to scout the Nidus, he was unable to confirm the gases or anything of the sort. Very limited vision here from KeeN. Very late reaction as well. He's trying to retake his natural as we speak, even retake the third. But I love this from Dark. He's even spreading creep here on the front lines, making it that much more difficult to actually take bases and even have any momentum at all. KeeN, though, he's taking a risk, and he has to right now. He is up against the wall, up against the ropes, going for a double drop across the map. Are we going to get a kill? Up! Oh, we get a cancel, not a kill. The Marines, they still on forward. What do they have at home to defend? We have 12 Queens. We have 12 Queens here for Dark. More than enough to defend. The double drop can't really gain too much ground here. And economically, Dark can just skyrocket ahead. His 4th base is a little bit late, and obviously his Evo chambers and upgrades were delayed as well because of the overall build. Ooh, that's a kill, not a cancel in the 4th of Dark. KeeN, he's not out. He's not out of this. His worker count is comparable to Dark's. He can't quite land the 3rd yet, but he soon will. KeeN's already got 1-1. He can soon start 2-2 once he gets that armory up and running. KeeN can fight back. 2 medevacs in a dream. KeeN can do it all. Feels dream, man. He's another another one of those players that just kind of walked silently into the night, and we don't really know what happened to them. Ooh, that's nice target firing. 1 medevac gets focused down by the Queens. The Ravagers have been revealed. Dark, he is cut droning at 67. He wants to go for a follow-up Ling Roach Ravager push. KeeN trying to trade out as best he can. Does get a Ravager for his troubles. Looks like Dark wants to wait a little bit longer. 1-1 is about to kick in. And KeeN just being as active with his drops as possible. The Commander-in-Chief himself. Double drop into the main base. Singular drop here on the left-hand side. Looking to try and deny that 4th base for a 2nd time. This is going to be buying some time. This is forcing Dark back home. 5 drones. Almost a Queen going down as well. The target fire. Oh, God, that medevac getting so damn low. At the same time, Dark did peel off some of his Roach Ravager here to defend his 4th base. This time, he is not forced to cancel or killed. But KeeN, he is on the road to recovery. He isn't back yet, don't get me wrong, but he's on his way as Dark is looking to cut him off at the legs before he can really stand up. The Roach Ravager, here it arrives once again. We have really good tank positioning, but despite it, I don't know if we can hold on to the 3rd. 1-1 is done for the Zerg. And Dark, with his Biles, with his army, is going to be able to once again deny any kind of mining at the third base. I love this is being so careful as well with his army movement, trying to stay out of range of those tanks. Does take a pretty bad fight though. Oh, he was not expecting 4 tanks to be waiting behind this at the same time. A double drop across the map as well. KeeN, with some pretty efficient trades, is going to lose the drop. But now he's going for a massive counterattack. Dark lost so much of his army. Again, he wasn't really expecting so many tanks to be waiting for him. He took so many shots to the face. And now Dark is hurting. Dark's Ravager count was completely reset. Ooh. While going to be connecting towards the end there. This creep is going to be buying Dark a lot of time. And there we go. He's trying to rebuild those Ravagers. He needs them desperately. Queens are going to be coming to the front lines as well. Nice target firing on those medevacs. Medevacs are running out of energy. That's how desperate the situation is for KeeN. And he just cannot break through. This main push, it's not going to happen. Not through the middle of the map. Too much creep. Too much army. KeeN forced to back off. I appreciate that he's like respecting the position and he's not like forcing himself off the ramp. He's not like overextending and losing his army. But he still needs to make something happen. He's going to be sending a drop off towards the left-hand side of the map, but Dark, oh, he either doesn't care or he's going for the surround. Yeah, he's going for a counterattack instead. Marines are trying to trade, but now we have 2-2 finishing up for Dark. Tanks are exposed. No Marines at home to defend. Ooh. And the CC itself is getting very low. And shout out to KeeN for fighting his heart out, but again, just he lost so many SCVs at the start of the game. If it wasn't for that, I'm sure he would have been able to make a game out of this. But the boys are being pulled. The Marines are fighting as best they can. The tanks, there's only one of them here on the high ground. The rest got taken out. As KeeN on some of that high top tier Terran copium. I'm sure we've all experienced it every now and then. He's just trying to do what he can. He's trying to live, Boppy. He's trying to survive. Oh no! He takes Biles to the face. Not like this, Boppy. Not like this. And Dark, he's droned up to 66. That is all the drones that he needs. Just remaxing on Roach, Ravager, Ling. Infestation Pit on the way for Hive Tech to go into Vipers if need be. The tank count on the high ground is getting higher and higher. But there is just so much Zerg. Just too much Zerg at this point. GG gets called and Dark takes game number 1. GG. And it happened in the middle of that game, and I did notice it. I didn't want to take away from the game that was happening, but massive shout out to Pili. Thank you so much for the raid. Gracias, papi, gracias. Hope you had an amazing stream. Hope you had a great time. Maybe a great ladder session or an arcade session. I know Pili, he does play those arcade games quite a bit. So thank you. Thank you so much for the support. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Oh. And for everyone that's just tuning in now, we are, of course, broadcasting the Korean StarCraft League. We're still in the early rounds. We're in round 2, so still plenty more matches ahead of us. We're here in the ZvT. The winner of this series moves on to the quarterfinals. Oh, sorry, moves on. This is the quarterfinals match. Winner of this series moves on to the semifinals. Oh, boy. Here we go. We're loading into game number 2. Oh, as I just recheck that bracket, and apparently all matches have reached the quarterfinal stage here. Oh, we're just blazing through this tournament. My God. Why was the copy pasta cut off? I want Dark's big hairy. Oh. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have... Oh. we have the South Korean Terran player representing the Kwangdong Freaks. It is KeeN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon KyZ Gaming, currently leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. Now I have to cheer for KeeN. His GIF is legendary. It is legendary. Yo, as Dark is going for a pool first opener. Well, let's go, Poppy. Let's go again. Dark, specifically on Neo Humanity, has been known to do this from time to time, maybe like 40% of the time, you know, often enough that we have noticed it here. So Dark is going to be a little bit more aggressive with these earlier lings. He can slip out across the map quite quickly and try and wreak a little bit of havoc, trying to kill some SCVs and get an early lead, maybe delay the CC. We'll see if he can pull it off, as there we go, 6 lings are being produced. Oh my god, we're going to be doubling down here on the aggression, as we did go for a pool gas hatch here, or an earlier gas, I should say. With this, we already have a roach ward on the way. We're going to be delaying ling speed. We are going insanely aggressive. It's Dark. It's who he is. It's who he be. 6 lings, their goal here isn't just to delay the CC, it's also to keep the Reaper back at home. It's to make sure that KeeN has the hardest time possible scouting the roach warren. Oh boy. Here we go. So Reaper is going to be moving out here. This is confirmed by the Overlord of Dark. Dark knows that the Reaper is no longer at home, so he knows it's safe to move in with his lings. Oh, and once the lings do reveal themselves, the Reaper may just have to turn around. The CC is under threat. The Marine is exposed. He's going for it. 1 ling to do with the SCV. The rest of the lings here diving on into the main base. Boys are being pulled, but KeeN doesn't turn around. He commits into the main and he scouts the roach warren. Very important here from KeeN. He takes this very seriously. The boys have been pulled to save the CC, to protect the Marine. And now that we have 2 Marines here, it looks like KeeN has defended. But can he hold on to the natural? Bold move here to throw down the bunker on the low ground. Usually that's a risky move. Usually we throw down the bunker on the high ground and we just lift up the CC. Uh-oh. And KeeN may be punished for it. 1 Marine going to be going down here. The control from Dark is insane. 2 Marines, 3 Marines, every single Marine going down. The Reaper does arrive. But behind this, the roaches are soon about to be upon us. Oh, the wall's still not a wall. A really haphazard SimCity here for KeeN. Again, he was forced to delay his add-on on his racks just because he had to produce as many Marines as possible. The roaches have arrived and... Oh, the wall's not a wall, they just run on in. They don't even care, mate. Reactor was thrown down, but there's not a lot of HP on that reactor. It is going to be focused down. Oof. There is the kill. It looks like the Roaches and Ravagers are a little bit too thick to squeeze on past. Cyclone does come out in time, but we're still finding damage to the depot falls. Oh, he wants a Cyclone, puppy. He wants it. He wants it, but he will... Oh, he will get it! Oh my god. The Cyclone goes down. Biles are going to be forcing some voids being pulled as well to avoid those shots. This is game-ending damage. This is far too much damage being done here. Finally, another Cyclone does arrive. Oh my god. Up, give us the bile. 9 SCVs, Cyclone, Marines, the Reaper. Finally, this gets cleaned up. Behind this, Dark has just been droning. He wasn't all in. He was just, you know, macro opener. But an opener that has set him miles ahead. 3rd base on the way. Link speed as well. We have a couple of safety links to protect our bases. And because we killed the Reaper, because we don't have any Hellions, KeeN can't really be too active on the map. He has 2 Cyclones, but if he ever moves out, then he's going to be exposing his natural. He's going to be exposing his bases to the army of Dark. We do have that 1 Reaper. Pretty important. He's going to be going in for a scout. Does confirm the 3rd base. Does confirm that link speed is on the way and no additional gases have been taken. So he knows that there shouldn't really be too heavy of a Roach follow-up, but Dark, he's going for a link flood. He droned up to 34, and that is all the workers that he needs. He has his 2 mineral lines saturated here with those minerals. Cyclones show up to cancel the third base, but Dark doesn't care about the third. He cares about the natural of KeeN. We do have a wall, but soon it's going to be knocked down. Lings have arrived. Cyclones are forced to turn around, but again, Cyclones are not ideal against Lings whatsoever. Ooh, with the repair, though, it looks like KeeN is defending back at home. These Cyclones will eventually go down, but hey, they get 1 Overlord. Ooh, almost a second. Reaper goes back into the main to confirm what else is going on. And Dark hasn't droned. He's making more roaches. You know, this wall is a bit of a problem. Like, the Lings have a hard time breaking through. But roaches and ravagers, they don't care about your walls. They don't care at all. Neither does Dark. So here we go. We're flooding everything across the map. Have a little bit of gas here to morph in some ravagers, but not too many. Oh, we have a tank to defend as well. That is going to complicate things. So here we go. 2 ravagers are on the way. Dark is attempting to saturate his bases. He's prioritizing his gas here at the natural as well, recognizing that he needs the gas for the ravagers. Now here we go. Sure, we have 1 tank, but oh god, these Ravagers are looking for the biles. Ooh, the tank goes down. With the death of that tank, we need another here. The second tank is trying to come down from the main base with Lings. They come in for a surround. The boys have to be pulled. And the tank isn't quite in range. So many Deepers are going to be going down here. Dark, once again, just flourishing here in his aggression. It doesn't want a long series if he doesn't need it. As the natural is evacuated, 19 drones are going to be going down. More boys are being pulled. Are we really going to try and fight this? Oh boy. As we're going to be losing almost every single SCV. We have 16 workers left for KeeN. Oh. Dark happily droning behind this, saturating on 3 bases, working on his lair, throwing down double evo chambers, working on that next step. If the game lasts that long. Just capitalizing on his advantages, getting further and further ahead. Doesn't want to throw the game away, doesn't want to, you know, ape in and just like keep maxing on Ling, Roach Ravager, and maybe throw the game away. Doesn't want that to happen. And honestly, Dark, he's going to be pretty content here. The only thing that Dark has to worry about is like drop play, basically splitting up between his bases to be able to defend. But KeeN only has 1 medevac. He can't really drop it that much. Here we go. He's going to be pushing on forward. A lot of these Marines are already going to be going down to these Ravagers. The tanks are pushing through as well, but we just don't have enough. We save the tanks, but we don't save any of the Marines. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. We're even going to be bottling down the rooks. Dark, he's droned up to 70, 71. He's happily here at this worker count. Working on 1-1 behind this. Baneling nest on the way. I don't think we're going to need Banelings. Ooh. Good tank positioning there from KeeN. Oh, and we're trickling in with not too much here. We're going to be throwing away some of these Ravagers. Oh my god. Not the best trades for Dark at all. Takes 3 vials to kill a tank, and he only landed 2 on each. So very good trades here for KeeN. This is the start of something. Again, Dark just overextending, being a little bit too cheeky, a little bit too overconfident. But he still maintains his lead. KeeN basically needs that to happen another 2 more times. The 2 more times, and he can be back into this. Maybe 3 more times. But hey, it already happened once. Here we go, Marines are looking for a bit of a counterattack. The tanks are being topped up here by the SCVs. KeeN resaturating here on 3 bases. Once again, good trades here from KeeN. Getting a bunch of lings. Oh, but we got to be careful about the surround, and here we go. The lings get a full surround. Don't quite get any biles, though. We do still trade relatively efficiently here, but oh, Dark is not stopping. He's just sending everything across the map. Ling, Roach, Ravager once again. Not much to protect these tanks either, but we are trickling in. Oh, biles are going to be connecting. Unfortunate friendly fire from KeeN as well. Does take down one of those tanks. Dark getting ready to come in from behind. And here we go. Here comes Roach Ravager. Almost a full surround. The lings trickle on in, but we only need a handful of them to really get on top of those tanks. GG gets called, and Dark does it. He takes the series 2-0. Ooh. Oh, that's the wrong button. Hey. GG, well played. Congratulations. Dark moves on to the semi-finals. GG, well played. Unfortunately, he didn't allow KeeN to play out his game. Game 1, for those who weren't there for it, Dark did go for a Ling Queen Nidus all in. Game number 2, Dark went for a pull first into a Roach push, just never allowing KeeN to get comfortable, to get into his game. And I think that was probably a really wise choice, because we saw that despite KeeN being behind, like, a lot of his drop control and his drop play, his overall army control was really damn good. And in both of those games, we saw moments where he was trading incredibly efficiently. Imagine how that would have looked if he had an economy. And he never did. He didn't have an economy in game 1 or game 2. But if he did have one, if he was able to sustain himself, sustain his losses, and keep on pushing, then I can see a world where Dark would be in trouble. But alas, Dark never allowed KeeN to have the opportunity to do so, as he takes the series. GG. GG, well played.